What's a sheep pan? Marie? She can't hear me.
I think it's like a baking tray. If I'm right. Sheep pan. What's a sheep pan?
I think she probably just means like
A baking tray.
yeah.
Right, has anybody got any thoughts they want to share on that? She's right about the isolation, wasn't she? She was right about the thing about not wanting to make the effort, don't you think?
Yeah.
Now, about having hunkered down for so long. What does hospitality say to us about what God's asking us to do? Anybody got any thoughts? Just feel free.
I was reminded of something that Rachel did years ago before the pandemic. We've got doors that fold back. And because Izzy's birthday is in January, it's usually cold and freezing. But she had a party with seats outside, blankets, etc. And hot chocolate, marshmallows, etc. I was reminded because Google helpfully tells you, 3 years ago this happened, 4 years ago this happened, etc. You see the photos. And I just remembered powerfully who was there and the atmosphere of the place. I'm also reminded that things don't have to be perfect. Lots of us expect us to be perfect. If we get an opportunity to host somebody, to have them round, we think we've not prepared anything. Some of the best things that I've ever been invited to or attended have been last minute, no one's prepared, and we just go and buy something from the shop on the way home.
I think I'm struck also by the fact that hospitality doesn't have to be for hordes of people. It can be for one or two, can't it? And I'm just struck by the fact that it doesn't have to be perfect as well. For the past 2 Christmases, well, for many Christmases since going back a long way, we've not had Christmas dinner at home. We've gone out to a friend's, and then we've had to go to a friend's daughter's. So I haven't made a Christmas dinner. We haven't made a Christmas dinner between us for 20 years, something like that. So 2 years ago, I had to make a Christmas dinner. And so we tried to go a bit too much, didn't we, really? And there were only 3 of us. There was me and Tracy and Craig, because nobody else could come. But it's hospitality there again, isn't it? It's us. It's us. And we were making these tarts, these red onion and cheese tartlets. And they would have been really nice if I hadn't burnt them. But by the time we got round getting them out of the oven, they were, and it were a bit iffy, but it was good, and I think hospitality is, and you can invite other people, and that's the whole point, isn't it? It doesn't have to be perfect, and we do it here sometimes, and we've not done it for such a long time because we couldn't, and I think this with Alan is going to be a start, isn't it? The one with the craft thing was a start of it. The other one that's coming up, the quiz night, is going to be a start. There's another one, and same with Alan, and it's sharing together and invite somebody else, and it doesn't have to be amazingly fantastic. It's the people, and I just want to echo what she's been saying there, and I think we do miss it. I missed it. I certainly did miss not gathering together. I certainly missed it, and I'm sure many others of us have as well.
Okay. I was struck also about that business about it not having to be perfect, and about when, in the past, when we've had events here and we've invited non-Christians, and the fact that the feedback I've had from people is it felt normal. I didn't want to come into a church, I didn't want to meet all these Christians because I didn't think they were like me, and you're just like me. and things go wrong and you forget things. But we had a really good time meeting these Christians that we were a bit wary of, because they were invited, somebody showed hospitality to them. Chrissy.
I'm mindful of what you just said, Hilary, about hospitality being for a few, with the extension of the fact that we had 2 parties throughout the pandemic, and it was done over, I can't remember the name of the programme thing, but it was like a WhatsApp. Well, with Billy it was definitely WhatsApp, and with this other guy it was something else. But Billy just phoned up and said, crack up one of them bottles of wine I've got you for Christmas. He says, we're going to party. And we did, and we had a lovely time. He had music on in background there, and so I could hear the music that were going on, and it would take it Mickey out of me like he always does. And it was just such a wonderful family time. But they had what they had, and we had what we had, and it was amazing how you could cross space and time. Bearing in mind, he's in Spain already, and I'm in Britain. And then the fact that we couldn't have met up anyway. So that was just amazing. But this other one, it was on Stephen's birthday, and I was saying to everybody, we actually went out to a nightclub last night, because it's my niece's husband who is a DJ, and because he would normally do a DJ thing in a club somewhere, he did it on like again another WhatsApp Zoom type thing, but that's got a particular name, I can't remember. And it was literally like being in the nightclub. You know, you got your own drinks, you had your own snacks, whatever you had in cupboard or whatever. You just really just enjoyed yourself. And we were up dancing, weren't we, Stevie? Yeah. We were all up dancing. He was encouraging us to like take videos of each other and posting them through to him, and he was putting them on so that, you know, you could see each other. It was wonderful, but yet none of us were in the same space. So being with people is about more than being physically with them.
I should say I'm not allowed to dance in front of the kids, but anyway. I'm also reminded that hospitality can be us on our own in other groups of people. I'm back in the office from tomorrow, full time, for the first time for 6 weeks, after a lengthy time working from home. But I'm reminded of you walk into a meeting and there are people there that have got a drink and others that haven't. It's hospitality to ask the others that haven't got a drink, do you want a drink? It's as basic as that. Even I can do that. It's things like, at the end of the meeting, everybody leaves the dirty pots there. Well, you know, I clear them away. I can do that, it's easy. I love the definition that she gave. She gave 3 definitions of hospitality right at the start of what she said. But I love the one about, it's when people feel better about themselves when they've gone rather than what they think about you. And that's all about, why are we doing this? What's the point?
Are you coming down here, Stevie?
Yeah. Last night met this friend of mine around. I met before, way before the pandemic. And when I was around in the past, I felt pushed out. But I had worship music playing all day yesterday whilst I was getting ready. And I was really nervous about my friend in there. And when I got there, I must have been nervous, but when I left, I realised I didn't know what I was about. It was just very relaxed, I think it was because I had the worship music playing all day and prepared me for the time.
Okay. Everybody spoken that wants to speak? Right, we'll come to our last song then.